You feel stuck. You're stagnating. It's not getting worse, but it's not getting better either. And what's most frustrating is that you can't make the changes that you want so badly. Are you watching this video hoping for a motivational speech where I'm telling you to just work harder and be more disciplined and then you'll be just fine? You're not getting that. You're right about the stagnation part, with a little twist. It's not you who is stuck, it's your brain. So lean back and open your mind. We're not here for the surface level stuff. We're here to rewire our brains to actually get what we want. You've probably done the whole manifestation thing already. You know a successful mindset matters, but no one tells you the part that glues it all together and actually determines if it works. That part is hidden. It's your brain's filter. Think of it like sunglasses that you can't take off. It colors everything you see. You want a rosy life? Those glasses better not be tinted blue. This filter shapes how you see everything. People, moments, even yourself. The experience stays the same, but your filter changes the story. Look at someone eating out alone. Rose-colored filter. They're so confident eating alone. I admire that. Blue filter. They're lonely. What a loser. Same scene, two realities. Which one's yours? You'll hate hearing this, but it's not your hard work or your focus or your affirmations that create your life. These make up only 10% of the life that you are experiencing right now. 90% of everything you know is shaped by your brain's filter. Right now, you're only aware of the tip of the iceberg, but you can 10x your power if you understand your brain's filter. Remember, with an iceberg, 90% of it is underwater. Same with your brain wiring. The part that you don't see controls what you do see. What's underwater is how your brain hijacks every result, every single thought, every expectation, every outcome. The part you don't see. If you're being blind to your brain's filter, you'll always be scratching on the surface and never even getting close to meaningfully transforming your life. This is creating your life. You do not want to miss what I'm about to explain to you if you're tired of putting in the work and not getting what you know you deserve. Click off right now. But the truth is, if your brain doesn't change, your life won't either. Right now, you're not experiencing your dream life because your efforts lack a foundation. Everything you do without changing your filter is an ice block swimming on the water's surface. It's only a matter of time until it will melt and sink. Your hard work is the ice block. Your RAS is the water. If the water is too warm, your ice melts and disappears. So if your filter stays warm, your dreams will keep melting, full stop. Your filter runs your life until you learn how to run it back. Changing your filter is like setting the water's temperature so your effort holds shape. Controlling your filter is like controlling the temperature of the water. You keep it cold so that your ice block of effort doesn't melt. Your filter is like the water your efforts swim in. Too warm and it melts them. Cold and it preserves them. So if your filter is hot water, your efforts will go under. The ice block was there, but you just couldn't hold it. So if you've ever felt like you're working so hard, but seeing nothing real change, it's not you failing. It's your water melting your ice. Stay till the end. Because the moment you see how your filter hijacks you, you'll never be stuck ever again. You should care about your RAS because your reality is mirroring your brain's wiring. Think of your brain's wiring as a code. You translate it to a picture and you're looking at that wiring from an outside perspective. And if you then compare it to your life, you'll see it mirrors it. I'll explain to you in a second how this filter process is playing out in your brain. But here's a fun fact to make it more tangible for you. Like attracts like. This actually talks about your brain's filter. With a little twist. You only experience what your filter lets in. You can pour 1 drop of cold water into boiling water. But if 90% of that water is still boiling hot, does that little drop of water really change anything? Don't worry, you'll see exactly how to flip the switch soon. But maybe the water metaphor doesn't fully show you how much is slipping away from you every day. POV, you're your reticular activating system. Imagine you're craving fresh, sweet, delicious orange juice. So you go into the kitchen, cut the orange and start squeezing the juice. But you forgot to put a glass under the strainer. So all the juice runs straight into the sink. Was the juice really not there? No, it was. You just didn't know how to hold it. If you want the juice, your job as the reticular activating system would be to place a glass underneath the strainer. Think of your reality as an orange. Everything you experience is the whole fruit. The good parts, the bad parts, the seeds, the pulp. Your RAS is the filter. Like a strainer catching the pulp and seeds. Whatever gets stuck in the filter is all you actually get to see. The juice, the sweet stuff you want, it's still there. But if your filter isn't designed to catch it, it will just slip right through. That's why if your filter is programmed for a hard life, the good life is right there, but it keeps slipping away while you stay blind to it. Ever missed a chance because you didn't see it? The promotion you didn't ask for? That person you could have networked with? Your brain didn't register it as possible for you, so it stayed invisible. You process 11 million bits of info every second, but your conscious mind can only handle about, what do you think? Is it 5 million? 100,000? Or 50? The right answer is 50. Your conscious mind can only handle about 50 bits of 11 million. So think about this. Out of 11 million bits, what are the odds that not one single drop of sweet juice makes it in? Just because the 50 that you do notice are sour. You might believe you're seeing all there is, but you're only ever tasting the drops that your strainer lets through. The juice is there. The abundance is there. It's not gone. You're just not catching it. So when you feel stuck, remember, it's not because your dream life doesn't exist. It's because your brain's filter can't hold it yet. Close your eyes. Picture your biggest desire like the sweetest juice. But your brain is the mesh catching it. That's happening daily. Even when you're awake, your brain is running on autopilot. 95% of daily life is pre-filtered patterns. The good stuff is always there. But if your filter is full of seeds and pulp, the juice drips right through your fingers every single time. Let me elaborate on like attracts like. You've probably heard it more times than you can count. People throw it around like it's magic. If you're positive, good things happen. If you think rich, you get rich. If you vibe high, you attract high vibes back. But here's an important twist that no one talks about. Your brain doesn't care what you say you want. It cares what fits through your filter. Imagine your brain like a bouncer at the club. If your belief isn't on the guest list, good luck getting in. That's why people say all the affirmations in the world, but don't see a single change. The bouncer isn't letting them in. You hear like attracts like and you think, bye-bye, match frequency. But here's the real deal. It's not your vibe, it's your filter. Your filter attracts familiar data. Your filter hunts for evidence to prove it right. So when you hear like attracts like, what's really happening is your filter attracts your filter. Your filter is scanning for proof, people, and possibilities that match what it already believes. Let's make this painfully obvious. Think about someone who always complains that they can't catch a break. Have you ever watched them? Every time something good could happen, they either miss it, doubt it, sabotage it, or explain it away. Not because they're dumb, but because their filter is tuned into struggle. Flip that. Successful people, the ones that you think are lucky, they have a filter that expects opportunities. They trust good things to show up. So they spot the small door that someone else would miss. Same reality, different filter, wildly different results. So when you think like attracts like, remember this. Your brain proves you're right. It will fight to stay congruent with your filter. If your filter says money's hard, it will fight to keep that true. If it says love is easy for other people, your brain will bend reality to make you right. Even if you want the opposite. So if you've ever wondered how repeating affirmations could possibly fail, it fails if your filter is rejecting them. You affirm, I'm rich. Filter says, nope, you're broke. The words bounce off the door. Picture it. Imagine two magnets. Same poles repel if your filter's polarity is off. You're trying to pull the good stuff in, but your filter flips the magnet, pushing it away. So when you feel stuck, it's not about wanting harder. It's about flipping the polarity so what you want sticks. That's the real loop trapping you. Not your effort, not your circumstances, but your filter. And this is exactly where you're about to break free. Don't worry, I'll show you exactly how to flip the poles later. What if I told you that you've never even once seen life for what it really is? When I first heard that, I couldn't believe it, and my research on it was mind-blowing. Because the brain edits out 99% of sensory input before you notice anything consciously. So when you feel stuck, it's not that you're really stuck. It's that 99% of what could actually change your life never gets through your brain's filter. So do you still think that you see the world for what it is? Again, you don't. You only see what your brain lets through. Ever misheard someone and sworn you were right, only to find out you didn't hear it at all? Same thing, but bigger. Your entire life is filtered just like that. You only ever see the filtered experience. The entire process happens in 1/10 of a second. The moment you experience something, your brain filters it. Only then do you perceive it. You might ask, how do I know that the positive stuff is really there? Just hidden. What if I don't see it because it's simply not there? Is there actually a filter? I'll keep repeating it until it sticks. You process 11 million bits every second. Your conscious mind handles only 50. So ask yourself, do you really believe that out of 11 million, there's not even one positive bit? Because the 50 you notice feel negative? So what happens with the juice of the orange, with all the abundance that you do want to see, which your brain isn't programmed to notice? Whatever slips through your filter, you're blind to. Because if it slips through your filter, it slips through your perception. This explains why you can be stuck, even though you're actually working to change your life. It also means that your efforts are never in vain. You just haven't rewired your brain yet to be able to actually see that. This is why you can feel stuck while working so hard to change. Effort never goes to waste. When you rewire your filter, you'll be able to see the proof. Ever wonder how you could possibly be stuck when you swear you're doing everything right? This is important. It's super important to recognize that stuckness is a feeling, but it's not reality, it's a clash. You're stagnating when you're playing out one story, but your brain is still playing out the old one. That invisible clash is where the heaviness comes from. Imagine this. Your conscious mind is sprinting forward, but your filter has a rubber band tied around your waist. You push, you stretch, but snap, it pulls you back. You're trying to roll out a new scene, but your brain keeps projecting the same old movie on the wall. No matter how different you act, the same plotline loops. Ever notice how no matter how many books you read, or how many new routines you force yourself into, you still feel like you're dealing with the same problems? That's the filter in charge. Your RAS is the backstage director. It cuts what doesn't fit the old script. It loves familiar scenes and deletes the one that clash. Think about planting seeds. You're dropping new goals, new affirmations, new habits into the soil. But your filter is the gardener. If it doesn't water them, they die. It's not ignoring your effort. It's just rejecting it because it clashes with the old garden plan. I can't stress this enough. No effort is wasted. The seeds are there. The moment you change the gardener, they grow. You want one thing, but your reticular activating system is used to something else. Until the filter matches the goal, the old loop runs the show. So if you're tired of forcing effort that never sticks, wait till you see how easy it gets when your filter finally cooperates. Stay with me, because I'm about to show you how to break the clash so your effort finally sticks. We all know that one person who is just super lucky. The more prosperous they get, the more opportunities they attract. And then there's you. You try hard, but you see no real positive changes yet. You call it luck, but here's the truth. The difference between you and that person is just your brain's filter. Their RAS is programmed for abundance, while yours is still imprinted with lack. They will always spot the opportunity. And unless you change your filter, you'll always perceive the lack instead. Picture this. They walk into a room, strike up a chat with a stranger, and walk out with a new client, idea, or connection that shifts their whole year. You stand in that same room, but you don't even see the opportunity standing next to you. Why? Because while their brain whispers, "Ooh, this is for me," your filter quietly says, "Not for people like me." It's not that the door wasn't there, it was. You just walked right past because your brain is filtering it out. Every day this is playing out. They trust that good things belong to them, so all they ever perceive is abundance. Their brain is scanning for that abundance. Yours is scanning for a reason it's not possible, and it finds exactly what it's looking for. So they feel lucky, you feel stuck. Same room, same day, same reality, with completely different filter. That's why no amount of work harder fixes the luck gap. Because it was never luck. It was never magic. It was always the filter. So next time you see someone winning and you think, they're just lucky, catch yourself. It's not luck. It's just that their filter spots doors that your filter deletes. Change the filter, you change what you notice. Change what you notice, you change what you get. And that's exactly what you're about to do next. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not right in front of you. Your dream life is always close. Closer than you've ever believed. The real problem is your brain. It filters it out before you can even grasp it. It's like walking around a treasure-filled mansion wearing a blindfold. The gold is there. The freedom is there. The relationship you crave, the money you want, the peace you deserve. All of it is in the room with you. But your filter blacks it out. So you keep feeling like you're searching for something miles away. You're not missing anything except the awareness that it's already here. You think you have to fight, hustle, and earn every single inch of your dream life from scratch. But so much of it is just waiting for you to tune in and notice what your brain currently hides. That's the part that should light a fire in you. Because once you notice, it's not about creating more. It's about training your brain to see what's been there all along. You don't have to fight your way through a wall. You have to see that the wall is actually fog. When you learn how to clear it, what you want feels inevitable, because it was always here. The better your filter gets, the more of the hidden good stuff you catch. Opportunities, new paths, proof that it's working. They don't appear by magic. They were always floating around you like radio signals. Your reticular activating system is the tuner that dials them in. So the good news is, you don't have to build the entire dream life from nothing. You just have to train your brain to let it in. Stay with me. I'm about to show you exactly how. I hope you didn't get the impression that this filter will just keep running your life forever, like you're powerless, because you're not. Your RAS is not your prison warden. It's your guard dog, and you're the owner. Practically speaking, your RAS is your attitude. It's your expectations in disguise. And more good news. You don't need to be a neuroscientist to rewire it. You just need to get unbelievably clear on what you expect. Ask yourself, what would someone with my dream life expect every day? Would they expect to struggle, to get overlooked, to miss the break? Or would they expect the day to show up for them? That the right people want to help them? That money, ideas, love, whatever it is, flows in because it's normal for them? This is exactly how you prime your brain to filter in what you want, instead of constantly pushing it out. Your brain loves clarity and repetition. That's why daily priming works. Try this. Every morning write down, what do I expect today that would make this day amazing? Got an important event coming up? Ask, what would I need to expect for this to go perfectly? Your filter obeys your dominant expectations, not your wishes, but your assumed normal. And here's the part most people miss. They use goals, affirmations, vision boards, but they skip the daily identity priming. This is why I'm developing the 1% identity method for you, because it's not enough to want a better life. You have to train your brain to accept it as normal, or it won't let it in. When you get your filter on your side, your effort doesn't leak out anymore. The juice doesn't drip down the drain. You catch it, you hold it, you live it. So before you close the tab and scroll to the next thing, ask yourself, what does the version of me, who already has what they want, expect today? Start there. That tiny question is the switch that flips the whole filter. This is just one part of how your brain's filter keeps you stuck. Your RAS is powerful, but it doesn't work alone. Thanks for watching if you've made it this far. And stay tuned for the next part of this series, because I'll introduce you to the real puppeteer behind it. Your familiarity bias. Because most people think expecting is enough, but it's not. Because your brain can't let in anything that it doesn't feel is familiar already. That's why you sabotage things that feel too good. Not because you're broken, but because your filter doesn't recognize it as normal yet. This is the piece that makes people loop in circles, repeating the same patterns even though they swear they've changed. So if you like this and you're serious about rewiring your brain, so you don't just chase the life you want, you live it, stay with me. You've already uncovered why you feel stuck. And in the next video, I'll break down how familiarity bias works and how you can flip it to make your biggest desires feel normal enough for your brain to let them in without resistance. And when you're ready for the step-by-step framework to actually install this, that's what my 1% identity method is for. Make sure to click the link in the description to sign up for the waitlist so you know when it launches. And stick around, because we're just getting started. By the way, I'm Leo. I've been studying manifestation for well over 7 years now. I believe that everyone can manifest. If you're not manifesting successfully, it means that there are some mindset shifts that you have yet to learn about. And I'm here to help you with that. I post weekly deep dives and I promise you'll benefit from them. And subscribe to my channel if you're serious about rewiring your brain.